like flatwound strings. They feel great under the fingers. When I'm playing flatwounds, it feels like I'm running barefoot through a grassy meadow. And the sound, it's that thump that I like. If you go to the guitar store and try out one of these acoustic bass guitars, it'll have these kind of coppery looking phosphor bronze strings on it, just like an acoustic guitar. And they sound pretty much like an acoustic guitar. They've got a lot of mid-tones and high tones. They really don't have that thump. And that probably sounds great when you're playing with other steel string guitars, but it's not what I'm looking for when I'm playing a bass. I want to have something that kind of imitates an upright bass. So I went to the store and I asked the guys, do you have flatwounds that I can put on this? And they said, well, I don't know, we don't sell any. They looked around and they couldn't find any flatwounds that were made for acoustic bass guitars. We all were looking at what they had on the rack, and I saw these Labella black nylon tape wound strings. And I said to them, you ever tried those? And they said, no, but they all thought it sounded like an interesting idea. And I bought a set. It's a little bit of a risk because these are expensive. They go for about $45 today. But if you like them, that's a great deal because any bassist will tell you that you only change your strings every 10 years or so. And they only get better with age. They sound awesome. They feel great. They sound great. There's really only two drawbacks. The first one is pretty simple. They're quiet. Unless you amplify this thing, you're not going to hear them very well. If you're in a room like I am, they sound awesome and they're great for practicing. But when I'm sitting next to my wife and she's playing her baby grand piano, I can't hear these things well. They just don't cut through. The second problem is a little bit more concerning. They throw off the intonation. There's even a video by Rose's Stringworks where he was trying to fix up one of these bass guitars with flatwounds on it. And he had the same problem. The intonation was off. And it seems to be that's just the way it is. There's something about the tension of these black tape wound strings that's different. And I just don't have what it takes to go fiddling around with the bridge and filing it and everything. So I take it as it is. Spot on. And sharp. You can even hear it. So it's about 20 cents sharp. Let's do the D string. Right on. And it's sharp. Right on the money. Sharp. It's not terrible, and for practicing this is just fine. However, if you're going to play next to a pianist, you will hear this. When you're playing live, there's something about the overtones of the piano and the bass that when you get to these upper notes, they really clash. So use it for practice. And if you just like hanging out down here, you'll never even notice a thing. Or if you're playing some jumpy tune like I did at the intro, nobody will ever notice.